Stop recording.
Those of KKNW, its management, or other advertisers.
Are you a psychic, sensitive, or seeker who wants to learn more? Welcome to the Mystic School with Sarah Wiseman, where we dive deep into all things mystic and metaphysical. Here's Sarah.
Welcome everyone to the Mystic School. I'm Sarah Wiseman, and it's so great to be back with you guys today after some breaks and some pauses, and very happy to be with you here now. So some of you guys know me from, let's see, we had Ask Sarah Radio, which was a call-in show for psychic readings, and then others of you know me from the Spiritual Psychic podcast, which was on for quite a while. And I wanted to turn my attention to the Mystic School, because what I've been doing a lot of this past 20 plus years is teaching the intuitive arts, or teaching spiritual intuition. And I know that there are lots of you out there who are really interested in how does all this stuff work. I mean, a lot of you guys have seen these various popular TV shows, I don't know, Long Island Medium, or Tyler Henry, or that kind of thing, and you've seen lots of paranormal movies, and you've seen lots of people practicing, and you're like, how does it work? And what I kind of want to do is bust some myths around how it is not about ghosts and smoke and mirrors, and how none of what you see in the movies is how it actually works. How it actually works is very, very subtle. It's almost like learning to listen to music really deeply, or it's like learning to be an artist and work with the materials you have there. So spiritual intuition, learning to become an intuitive, an empath, a medium, a psychic, clairvoyant, some of these words that we use, all about learning a different, really specific language. You might call it a soul language, or the language of the universe. And it's all about learning that, as easy to learn as anything, really. Playing the piano, which I'm not great at, but it's, riding a bike. It's like you just learn the steps. So in the Mystic School, I want to go through in these next episodes that we're going to do, like different aspects of how things work. Now, we're not doing live readings on the show in terms of calling in with issues in your life that you want me to look into. That was something that we did for a long time, and it was fantastic. But this show's really dedicated to learning. And so if you do want to call in, if you have questions about how does it work, how do we do things, what are the tools that we use for spiritual intuition, you can call in to 888-298-5569. That's 888-298-5569. And I'm really especially interested if you have had weird stuff happen, or you're seeing apparitions at your bedside, or your one of your beloved family members passed, and you want to understand like what this means. This is the kind of information that we want to talk about in this show. It's sort of a how does it work? And I guess we already have a caller, so I think we'll go with that and see how that works. Again, we're not doing private personal readings. We're looking about the process and what that's like. We'll go and see. I guess we have Lewis calling from New York. Lewis, welcome to the program.
Oh, hi, it's Lois.
Lois, hi. Hi there, Lois. Yeah, what are you interested in
Hi.
terms of spiritual intuition, and what kind of question did you have?
Oh gosh, I just did this so spontaneously. I didn't know if this was your regular show, but What kind of questions do I have? I keep one of your books. I think the 33 questions. I'm blanking out right now because I'm
That's right.
nervous.
The 33 lessons.
Um,
Yeah.
yes, I've read it like 20 times because I'm going through extremely challenging time in my life right now because of circumstances outside of myself that I feel I have to be present to, and um, trying to rise above the situation and to hold on to a piece of myself has been just, it's getting harder. It's not getting easier. It has to do with my husband's health. And so, and
Yeah, let me just speak to that and how like so not me providing a psychic reading to you on that, but how I would approach being in that kind of situation, because a lot of us have been in so much sorrow, grief, trauma, dysfunction. It's been a very rough couple of years. And
oh
so,
boy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're in this sort of cave of despair, and a lot of us have been there for a few years without much light coming in. Um, the thing to remember is that the guidance is always there, but when we go into these more depressed states or sadness states, or just the overload of having to deal with everything, it's really important to get that recharge of light or divine spirit. Now, you mentioned this book, The 33 Lessons. It's actually in my book, Writing the Divine. But even just going through that again and connecting to your guides will start to lift you up, even if it doesn't change outcome or um, change the entire situation immediately. Just going in there and getting yourself filled with a higher vibration that comes from wiser beings, wiser entities that are here to help us. And that will
Oh
be of
yeah.
great use to you.
With this, Sarah, it's terrific. The thing is, driving in the car, I get these waves lately of just overwhelming, like
Yes.
everything. I try to pretend I keep a happy face. I have a lot of fire in my chart. I tend to be very upbeat and bubbly, but
Well,
I think
Lois,
I see reality
yeah.
different than my husband does, and I can't keep it up anymore, and I
Mhm.
feel so burdened, and it's gut wrenching because I
Yeah.
have to make a decision on how I'm going to live the rest of my life,
Yeah.
and
You know, the thing is, it's fine to be with what is, even if it's not where you thought you were headed. So, Lois, I'm going to let you go, but just keeping that in mind, it's fine to be with what is, even if it's not what you thought it would be. I want to turn our
thank you.
attention to this idea of the mystic wanders. We're all mystics. We're here to walk in the mystery. There's no right path or one way. And sometimes when we are faced with these gut wrenching decisions, that's what we're being called to do. It's like the path you thought you were going to be on, the universe is saying, no, there's something different calling you. Um, we're here to wander in the mystery and kind of see what happens, seeking our soul self. So it's pretty easy to wander through our lives. It's pretty easier to wander through our lives and just make goals with our mind, ego, personality, and just go ahead and set our plan and follow that. Maybe our plan will work, maybe it won't, but we'll have this idea we're sticking to the plan. We're sticking to what society told us. We're sticking to how we were raised. We're sticking with, what we thought would make us money or be stabilizing or achieve our goals, whatever it is. But this bigger idea is the mystic wanders, and we're really here to just explore different experiences We're not really here to get stuck on one, 0 to 60 mile an hour go path. It's like the path of a life has lots of ups and downs. So when we are faced with these big decisions, we're going to separate, we're going to move, we're going to do something different, we're going to quit a job, all these things, someone's going to pass, we have to say goodbye to them. We're really called to be with what is and allow this change to our plans, One of the ways I like to work on this and to figure out how to let go of is to use the idea of clairvoyance. And we're going to take a super quick break. And we are going to come back and talk about the idea of seeing clairvoyantly, seeing with the third eye, and how we can apply this to ideas in our own lives and situations in our own life. So you have been listening to The Mystic School with Sarah Wiseman, and we will be back in just a moment.
Okay, we're clear for about 35 seconds.
Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot how to spell Lois there for a second.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I didn't really think I'd get callers, so I'm just going to flow with it. The show will take its own shape, maybe by next week. We'll
Totally.
just see what happens. I'm not worried about that. I'm getting my groove back.
We'll come back in 10 seconds here.
Okay. Welcome back to the Mystic School. I'm Sarah Wiseman and very glad to be with you guys here today. We're talking about wandering as a mystic and how this idea of floating around without a hard and fast plan, without defined goals, without being certain that we know where we're going, and letting the universe guide us. We do have live call-ins on this show, 888-298-5569, 888-298-5569. And you guys know where to find me. The actual teaching Mystic School is at sarahwiseman.com, and we have every semester we have lots of groups being taught the art of spiritual intuition, and we have lots and lots of low-cost self-study courses. So check that out at sarahwiseman.com. One of the ways that we can work to understand what's happening is we can use a third eye technique that's called the psychic rose. And so by third eye, I'm talking about this idea of having a third eye in the middle of your forehead. Now, obviously, it's not a physical eye, it's a symbolic eye, or it's an energetic eye. And when we close our two eyes, we can start to see in this other realm. Now, mostly when you close your eyes, you see what? Gray or black, sort of hazy, there's nothing there. But when you start to work in clairvoyance, you start to begin to understand that you can actually use this type of third eye seeing to see different things that are going on, to look into different situations. And just go ahead and close your eyes now if you're not driving or anything. I know a lot of you guys are on the road. And just kind of really don't think about anything. And then I just want you to just picture a bluebird in your mind, right? You just think it's a bluebird. Some of you guys got a blue jay. Some of you guys got an animated bird. I don't know what you got, but just look. And just notice if you can get that bluebird to sort of move around. And some of you are like, wow, it's flying around. And some of you are like, it's pecking at food. Now, the question is, are you imagining this? Are you forcing the image? Is it all just silliness? It's just a bluebird, right? You're imagining a bluebird. And then I want you to, instead of the bluebird, I want you to just imagine and bring up somebody in your life that you're having a sticky relationship with. And this could be a person you're angry with. This could be a person you're concerned about. And I want you to just pull that person up into your third eye, into your mind, as if you're visiting them, as if you're a fly on the wall and you have traveled to a place where they are. And I want you to notice, what are they doing? Are they sitting down or standing up? Where are they? What's their mood? And just spend some time as a fly on the wall with this person. Just noticing. And you're probably surprised, like, how could I basically astral project to this place with this other person, not even knowing where they are right now, not even knowing what they're doing, and yet you just did that. Let's try something different. So we've done a bluebird, just in a little object we chose. We saw that a lot of you saw that it could move around. You could see that. We astral projected to a person we know that maybe we're having some relationship issue with, or concern about, or anger toward, or some other stickiness. And then we're going to just go into our mind, again, our mind's eye. And just imagine that you see a rose. And I just want you to let yourself see what color that rose is. And if the bud is open or closed. And kind of the general health and aspect and vibrancy of that rose. So some of you might have gotten like a long, elegant red rose, or some of you might have gotten a burnt, crumbled black rose, or some of you might have gotten a powerful yellow rose. I don't know what you got. And the universe is giving you this rose as an energetic representation or symbol of the state of this person that you had just visited. So if you visited somebody that you have conflict with and you're worried about, and you're just like, oh, they never can get it together. They're they just can't figure it out, and I'm so concerned and I'm so worried about this person, da 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 da. And then you go and look at this rose, and the rose is blooming and lush and orange and big petals, and it's lovely and it's doing great, and you're just like, yeah, I really don't have anything to worry about. I really don't have anything to worry about. This idea that my projection, my emotional projection, told me one thing, my mind, ego, personality told me one thing, and then this symbolic vision, the vision that the universe gives us using a symbolic container, which is the clairvoyant rose, gives us a whole different picture. And when we work in clairvoyance, we are given the actual reality of the situation on an energetic level, on a vibrational level, as opposed to the emotional, anxious, worried, angry, whatever it is that you're feeling about a situation. All that drops away. We're given the true essence of the situation. Now, if you're Rose, if you have a lot of conflict with this person, you went and astrally visited them, you saw them, they weren't doing great, and then your Rose came and it was like black and angry and the Rose was in terrible shape, then I would, worry. Then probably what you're seeing emotionally matches up with what the universe is showing you. But mostly, usually, our emotional stuff has the ability to really get in the way of what's true and what's real on an energetic or vibrational level. And so it's very useful to use clairvoyance as a technique. We're going to be talking tons and tons about all this kind of stuff as we go on with the show. We're just sort of, tip of the iceberg today. But it's very useful to use third eye visioning as a way to get to the heart of the matter, take out all the emotional concern, take out all the emotions, take out all the thoughts we have about how something should be, take out all the ego of where we want things to go or what we think would be a great idea, what we're compelled to achieve. Let that all go and simply notice and look at what is. Lois, our caller earlier, big complicated situation, a lot of emotions. We just look at what is clairvoyantly outside of what ego is telling us. It's a whole different picture. It's a whole different picture. I've been working in this field. A lot of people think this isn't a real field, and that's fine. When you start to practice it and you start to work with kind of testing yourself, you find really quickly that it's very accurate and very interesting. I invite you, we're going to be here every week, and please run to the website, sarahwiseman.com, and check out all those many, we've got a great blog that has a lot of tips. We've got low-cost courses. There's just a whole bunch of stuff. The Mystic Wanders, letting go of all the ways, all the places we think we should go, all the directions we think we should go in, and instead pays attention to what is forming right in front, what is right in front of us, what is actually here now. I think maybe we have time. I'm not sure we have time for Cheryl from Missouri. Cheryl, we've got about 1 minute left. What kind of question do you have?
It's probably a long one, but I'll just simplify it. If there was one bit of advice that you would give to someone who has dormant gifts, what would that be?
Oh, open them. that's you know what? Just open those gifts, because they should not be dormant. The world needs you and all the other people listening that have dormant gifts. We've all been awakened to come and bring these into the world and start the new evolution of humanity. So let's get on with it. And these gifts aren't hard to learn at all. They're very simple, very very easy to learn. So I would invite you to just start in whatever way that works for you.
Yeah. I'm just struggling with that. I'm trying many things. I had an awakening in December, and I'm just really struggling with my gifts opening, but I'm trying.
Yeah, Cheryl, go to the website, and there's so many low-cost courses. Just pick whatever feels good to you and try one and see what happens. I think you'll be kind of blown away by how easy it is and how meaningful this work is. So yeah, that's exciting, thrilling to have an awakening. Lots and lots of people awakening up all over the
Yeah.
place, which is exciting. All of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing, and it's a blessing for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. One more person woken up, and then go wake the next person. And then together we kind of lift ourselves out of some of the dismal aspects of the world we're in now. So thanks for
Right.
calling. Yeah. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Yeah. Well, I think we are just about time to wrap things up. So, again, the Mystic School, we're on weekly. We're going to cover different aspects of spiritual intuition, clairvoyance, mediumship, clairaudience, channeling, how nuts and bolts how to's of how to do this work, to solve the problems in your own life and to kind of lift yourself into your true destiny and why you are here on this planet to help contribute to lift all of us up. Anyway, I'm Sarah Wiseman. You'll find me at sarahwiseman.com. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Shiva.